Welcome back. So mental health matters, and suicide is obviously a very tough topic for so many people, but it's a very important one that everyone knows that they can help prevent it.
Absolutely, yes. It is so vital to know the warning signs, what to say and what to do for someone who needs help. Here to talk more about it is Lisa Tepper. She's the president and CEO of United Way of Connecticut, and Ann Dagle, president of the Brian Dagle Foundation and grief specialist with the CT Suicide Advisory Board. It's nice to see the both of you.
Thank you.
And you look beautiful, by the way. And you did not color coordinate.
We did not.
That's amazing. You're wearing a specific color, right?
I am, and thank you, Scott. This is one of the colors of suicide prevention. So I'm proud to wear it today in honor of those efforts.
That's really wonderful. We can't thank you enough for doing that.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
We know Brian lost his life was 2011.
Correct.
Tell
yes.
us about his spirit.
So Brian had an amazing spirit. He was full of life. He was everybody's best friend.
Yep.
You would never know he was struggling. We knew a little bit.
Okay.
We knew he struggled with some anxiety and depression. He was 19.
19.
And 12 and a half years ago, we didn't have the conversations we have now. So, yeah.
Well, and this is it's an issue. I think we're calling it an epidemic across the country at this point, and it's affecting a lot of younger people at this point. Social media is obviously becoming one of those topics that people talk more and more about. How can we have those conversations?
Normalize the conversation. You know, we talk about our physical health. How often do we say, oh, this hurts, that hurts, my head hurts?
Right.
You know, maybe we should start having, not maybe, we should start having a conversation about, you know, I'm feeling a little off today. I'm not okay today.
What if you see someone that you think is in trouble? Is it okay to approach them and say, hey,
are you okay?
Are you okay? You know, is that okay? Because then I'm afraid they might get defensive and say, well, what's wrong with me, and things like that. What do you say to that?
Ask the question.
Ask the question.
Ask the question. I say to everybody after I do many suicide prevention trainings, overreact now and apologize later.
Oh, such a great response.
Yeah.
And that is terrific. We know, can you tell us maybe some of the warning signs of suicide, or somebody that might be in trouble?
I'll let Lisa take some.
Sure, and thank you. It's so powerful to have you here with us, Ann. Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, asking the question, how are you? And if someone says, I'm feeling blue, I don't have any energy, I don't enjoy things I used to enjoy, I don't feel connected to anything. Those are the types of warning signs. Or in the worst case scenario, someone might say, I'm thinking that maybe life isn't worth it. I'm thinking about ending my life. If you see signs that they're using drugs and alcohol in excess, certainly, those are the types of signs to look for. And then, as Ann was saying, you can always say, how are you? And then leave space for people to really answer. Often we say, how are you? You good?
Yeah.
And we preempt what someone might be able to say if you leave a little space for them to actually tell you how they're doing.
Now, for people who maybe struggle with depression or anxiety, you know, what are the outlets for them to maybe look for help if they're not able to have those conversations with people?
Well, we're very proud to provide in Connecticut through United Way the 988 service for our state, and that is the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. So 988 is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for people to call and have that conversation. If it may be too much to do that with people who are close to them, they have someone on the phone, they are totally anonymous, and they can have a conversation about what resources there are, what they can do also for themselves. Often it's a conversation about, what do you enjoy? Maybe you should go back to your art, or maybe call up a friend, or maybe go back to that game or that club that you enjoy. There are lots of things people can do to also help themselves and connect to resources.
So that refocus to the positive.
That's right, and to what they can do, to have a plan. For some people, they may be in therapy. It may be just getting through from the night when they're feeling in crisis to the next day. For other people, it may be understanding what resources there are in the way of professional therapy or support groups.
You know, Lisa thanked you, Ann, for being here today. You could have just not said a word after your son died, but you've become a champion for hope. And why did you make that decision?
I wish I could. I wish I knew the answer. I don't know why I did. I was hopeless. In the first few years, I was hopeless. I had no hope.
Okay.
And I know I can't tell people to have hope when you don't have it, but for whatever reason, I found that word. And I have that word everywhere, the word hope. And I try and instill hope with people because there is hope. There's life after loss. Believe it or not, there's life after loss. You can honor your person, you can honor your child, your loved one, whomever you lost, in just ways you could never imagine. So Brian is my reason. He is my reason for everything.
I'm getting choked up
I know.
over here.
That's beautiful.
We got to end there because otherwise I'm going to cry on television.
I don't want to make you cry,
No,
Scott.
you did a great job. You
beautiful.
got your message across,
Yep.
which is so important. We can't thank the both of you enough
Yeah.
for being with us.
Thank you.
And just a reminder, 211 and 988. Those
Yes.
are vital. They're super important, and they're out there. They're resources for you if you are in crisis or if you just need somebody to talk to. PreventSuicideCT.org, 211CT.org, and again, 988 is the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. 211 if you're also in need for any type of resources. Thank you both so much for being here.
Yeah, it was terrific. Come back.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay, good, please. All right, what's coming up?
All right, coming up next, amazing art and history on display in Waterbury. Melissa Cole taking us inside the Matatuck Museum.
And summer fun on a budget. The Toy Insider's here with some great ways to play that won't break the bank. We're going to be right back. Stay with us.